Hello, I'm Mike Veltberger, and it's time to give a race recap of the Wingless Wednesday event at Shellhammer Dirt Track, located right off of Route 61, Leesport, Pennsylvania. It was a donut night, sponsored by the G Team, Geezer Finelli, and the fantastic crew that he has. They had a table full of goodies to put out there. It was T-shirts and some items for the kids as well, the flick lights and stuff like that. But then they also gave out awards and a dozen donuts to each of the winners. So a fantastic night, donut night by the G Team, Geezer Finelli. 8 classes took to the high-banked 8th mile, the little track by the river. And here's how things went down. First up was the 600 micro A-main, 20 laps of distance. Getting the win, Wayne Scott in the 10. Wayne getting by early race leader Damian Bauer, actually going into turn 1 in the first lap, never to be denied for the remaining 20 laps. First 11 laps of the 600 micro main went nonstop. Couple glitches along the way between 11 and 20, but some fantastic racing. Chase Ware in the 22 got close to Wayne a couple times, but just didn't have enough to get by. But Chase put the 22 in for second. Trevor Kobolars, last week's winner, got third in the 5 with Geezer Finelli in the G. Geezer started 13th, and he was one of the cars in a first lap caution going to the rear of the field, just charging through the field, finding passing zones that normally some other drivers wouldn't take, but Geezer got it done, finishing 4th in the G. And Nathan Smith looking pretty strong in the 3S. Again, the first 11 laps went nonstop. Some fantastic racing for the 600 micros. Next up were the junior sprints, the young sprint racers. 15 laps of distance. Getting the win was DJ Aldurfer. Andrew Ferriola, last week's winner, got second in the 26. With Jackson Payero in the 36J getting third, and a nice solid run for the 21 of Caleb Mertz getting fourth. That was your junior sprints. 30 men on the speedway, 20 laps for the 270 micros. A nice solid field of 270 micros at Shellhammer Dirt Track. And getting the win, Jarrett Imler in the 04. Alex Reinsmith in the 47 was second. Matt McAnally, last week's winner, coming home third in the 45, with Dylan Caronia in the 53 getting fourth. You can always count on Dylan to be in the top 5 when the checker's thrown. And Steve Simmons in the 29 was your 5th place finisher. Himmler didn't waste any time. He got by Simmons early in the event of the 20 laps, and from lap 4 on out, it was just a run to the checker for Jarrett Himmler in the 04. 4th A-main at Shellhammer Dirt Track was the restricted 600 micros. Young racers hopping into the 600 micros with a couple of rules that are put there to slow the cars down, but they still have some speed for the junior racers there. Restricted 600 micros. Getting the win, Joey Denisi in the 50. Finishing second was Enzo Udicello in the 1, and Archer Jumper in the 28, taking the 3rd spot. Denisi just was your pole sitter and was not going to be denied the win. In fact, the first 3 in this class finished as they started, with Denisi, Udicello, and Jumper starting 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, finishing 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Stage 1 modifieds, next up in the books. They were the 5th class on the speedway for a 15-lap A-main, and it was the Brett Smith show. The 25 of Brett Smith only had a couple challenges along the way, those being from A.J. Gerhardt and Dakota George. George getting by Gerhardt late in the event to get the 2nd spot in the 10, and finishing 3rd was A.J. Gerhardt in the S1. 6th A-main on the night, 15 laps for the junior slingshots. At one time, we were averaging between 15 and 18 junior slingshots, but it seems like a lot of these drivers are either moving up or into other classes, but still the racing has been fantastic at the high-banked 8th mile. Getting the win last night, Cheyenne Snotterly with T.J. Crone 2nd and Travis Mundell 3rd. Crone and Mundell were running 1st and 2nd, and coming for the checker between turns 3 and 4th. They both got a little out of shape, spun out, brought out the yellow. Cheyenne Snotterly inherited the lead, and she was not going to be denied that feature win. So congratulations to Cheyenne Snotterly in the 5S for getting the junior slingshot A-main feature. 125 micros, 7th class on the Speedway. Getting the win was Seth Gregory in the 14. Second was Mitch Gibson in the 15. And third was your final starter, Easton Miller, in the 17E. Gregory was flying. He had almost a 3/4 of a track lead by lap number 8. When the halfway sign was given, he could actually see the second place runner on the other side of the track. Fantastic showing for the 14 of Seth Gregory. Final event of the night, All-Star Slingshots, 20 laps, only had 2 race stoppages. Another night of some fantastic racing for the All-Star Slingshots. 14 cars entered, and it was the female trifecta taking the top 3, with Haley Ero in the 57 getting the win, Lindsay Garl, the 17L, finishing second, and Tess Horvath in the 42T bringing home third place money. Finishing fourth, the 97Z, Zach Gerber, with Colton Williams in the 911C getting fifth. Again, only 2 cautions, some fantastic racing for the All-Star Slingshots. And we will have all these classes back again on Wednesday, June the 10th. I'd like to thank Bobby Gunther Walsh and BCTV for their sponsorship of the concession stand vouchers. I'd like to thank my daughter Jen Feltenberger for sponsoring the Free Pass Award. You Fan of the Week. You get a free general admission pass. It can be used for one night till the rest of the season is over. Congratulations and thank you to all the winners and our sponsors. We will be returning to Shellhammer Dirt Track, the little track by the river, for another night of high-speed action for a wingless Wednesday night of June the 10th. So please have a safe and happy week, and see you back at the Speedway on June the 10th.